left-wing journalists making more puff pieces, taking more photo shoots of Hasan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist just makes him sound way more important and like way cooler than he actually is. Nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer.
It's a Twitch streamer, that's right. That's all he is. He's a Twitch streamer. And I mean, it takes one to know one. Twitch streamers, there are certain kinds of people you have to be, otherwise you wouldn't be a streamer. So you're already a loony bin. Are the Democrats all right? Yes, I guess not. Vogue 1.0, here's a continue on the video.
A new phrase coined by leftists and Democrats online that is being used to distance themselves from the terrible PR disaster that was the last few years for the left in America. Nancy Pelosi kneeling in full African garb to honor George Floyd? Why, that was just woke one. And how, in my opinion, that was not woke one, and how woke one actually started in like 2012, 2014 with Gamergate, Me Too, you know, Tumblr era feminism, the whole pre-Trump era wokeness, before it was even called woke. And I talked about how
it's all such a blur, and time went by so fast. But yeah, I guess it started with the Me Too movement. It was like the first real wave that started it.
I don't want them to rewrite history and pretend this all started in like 2020. After uploading that video on Woke One, I thought I was free. That I would never have to hear the insufferable, delusional term Woke One ever again. I thought I could finally move on with my life. Yeah, I thought.
What do you make of those controversial statements I'm sure you've seen? I mean, she's, you know, the Thanksgiving dust up, abolish prisons, abolish police.
Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot
Right,
of that.
she's moved away from it. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today. I have a local city councilman that has this
to open all the prisons and release everyone out on the street. Yeah, wow, great. And what are you going to do to protect your citizens when you let all the criminals out? Since when is that a great idea? Why are we even taking this serious and having them on television, on news, and talking about this in the first place, when obviously it can't get worse of an idea than releasing all the prisoners on the street? And basically it's just like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, you know, just walk around, do whatever, murder, raping, all that nasty stuff, drugs. Yeah, what's stopping you? No more prisons. Oh, and I want to become governor. Yeah.
saying Woke One was crazy.
And they think that's just the end of that. That's this excuse. Like, ha, yeah, I went a bit overboard, went a bit crazy. Dude, you ruined so much. Gav, that sounds cool. Governor Choo-Choo. Yeah, vote for me. Governor Choo-Choo.
Now, as an ex-AOC fangirl, I feel like I am well within my rights to say, not so fast, bitch. I watched these people go from anti-establishment, fighting the man, become the most preachy, buck-broken, neutered HR department Karens in real time. I remember when she broke away from the Bernie Sanders campaign after he dared go on Joe Rogan. I watched this all happen, and I held on. I held on for a long time. Many would say too long, in fact. But this clip of AOC talking about Woke One really solidified how I've been feeling for the past few years. In this video, I will be responding to AOC trying to walk back Woke One in what I can only assume is a desperate attempt to distance herself from the more crazy people in her movement before a future presidential run. Now, while politicians are out here trying to dodge accountability for things that they've said and done, the rest of us are out here figuring out how the f we're gonna afford anything. People are getting squeezed from every direction. Rent costs too much, groceries cost too much, everything costs too much. At this
because we're paying for too many people. There's no balance in this. You cannot sustain the society where there's so many people that do fuck all and not contribute to society and not paying taxes and just getting food stamps and not working and having some lame ass excuse to not participating. And there's too many of them. There's a whole pandemic our people, and also immigrants that are not adjusted to, I don't know, speak the language, understand what's going on wherever they got dumped or they decided to end up. And how is that going to go? Well, right? If you have a bunch of people that don't speak the language, they don't know the culture, don't know anything that's going on, and they just sit there, and it costs a lot of money to sustain that. And it's happening all over Europe. It's happening over in the US. It's happening on a global scale, that so many people are paying for other people that can't contribute. It's like we're trying to help everyone, but this is not possible. I'm sorry. This is how the fuck would doesn't people understand that? Then if you don't work, you basically get nothing. Because if you just have a small, like Sweden, for instance, is a very small country. We are only 9 million people here, and since 2015, we have let 1 million people in. 1 million people that cannot speak the language, are not working. But they need accommodation, they need help, they need resources. But that's a lot of people to take care in such a short period of time. And now the only way to fix that is like make everything else expensive. And then people are going like, why does everything have to cost so much? Because we're just helping people out, but eventually everyone is gonna need help. Right? Because the middle class got screwed over. We are working, but you don't get any social benefits. So either you want to be like super duper fucking rich, or you want to basically own nothing. Because it's almost gotten to the point where you have a better life in Sweden if you don't work and you don't contribute to society, because then they give you an apartment, they give you food, they look after you. You get all these social benefits, but you don't get that if you are working class. You can't just write that off on the taxes and stuff. And so basically you work, you pay, they take a lot of money out of your pocket, but you get nothing in return. Absolutely nothing. And people starting to notice that and think that is fucking unfair, which it is. But these communists doesn't understand that. They just want like some people to work and other people to just like, yeah, you're part of this. You deserve this because of whatever reason, your background, something, you're too fat, something like mental illness, something. The excuse list is way too long, and we can't help everyone, unfortunately. I mean, obviously it's going to go wrong, but here I am yapping, way off topic. Let's watch this video. Sorry, Chad. What a rant.
At this point, I'm scared to open my wallet because I know it's gonna be empty. Actually, that's not true. It's full of just random f***ing gift cards from 2011 that I've never used. I don't even know what half this stuff is. But thankfully,
Nice
I have a
one, Shue.
for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the. And now
I
back to
watched
the
it
video.
already, okay? I don't have to watch
Now,
it
before we get
twice.
into the real meat of this, the real juicy, the real. This is the politician AOC and the interviewer are talking about. Francesca Hong is a progressive DSA candidate who recently lost her primary. Francesca Hong has a few interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us does not? But most notably, one about wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. Cancel Thanksgiving. Should have done this in 1621. If it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism and the original super spreader event that killed indigenous folks.
Cancel! Cancel the holiday because I cannot stand it anymore. That we are celebrating something about colonism and that all these indigenous people, folks, had to suffer because of the white man, obviously.
And women, so be it. Please don't gather for the colonizer holiday.
Please don't
do
eat
wear a
turkey.
mask. I forget that people actually speak like this, and it's not just like some conservative parody of liberals.
One thing that they brought up as well was a post from you in 2021 where you said Americans should cancel Thanksgiving, should have done this in 1621. Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I'm a chef. Bringing folks around the table to share conversation and build community is always a good thing.
Oh, what an annoying bitch.
But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities.
Don't get me wrong, I love the struggle session they're putting these candidates through, reading their old woke 1.0 tweets back at them, like a dog that peed on the carpet. What is this? What is this? But the quotes and replies from like
did you do this? They just like, no, I would never. It wasn't me.
Democrats and leftists on this were even funnier. Is it so hard to just say, no, I do not want to cancel Thanksgiving? Even if you do want to, just lie? Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? Does she want to lose her election? Why can't she just lie? This woman is an optics nightmare. Just say no. Say it was a joke.
Say no.
Say it was woke one. Just lie, for fuck's sake. Just say no. Just lie, please. No, she shouldn't lie, and she's not trying to cater. This is what she truly believes. And the people should know exactly what she believes. She has talked about her half-white son, that he gives her a, quote, proximity to whiteness.
I wasn't always aware of the struggles of other communities of color because for me, assimilation always kind of took over. And so I did marry, my proximity to whiteness continues, right? My son is biracial. He's half white and half Korean.
Couldn't say it, guys, that she married a white man. She's so embarrassed. Even her offspring is like half white. Oh my God, a tragedy. Ah!
I love the hesitation. She's like, I married my child is half white. She can't even like bring herself to say it. Activists in the streets, colonized in the sheets. Many such cases. Also, Francesca Hong just like hates all holidays, apparently. This woman is straight up Grinch maxing. She's got a hate tweet for every fucking holiday, I swear to God. Except for Kwanzaa, of course.
What the hell is Kwanzaa? What the hell is Kwanzaa? Who celebrates this? Cancel all the holidays except Kwanzaa? No clue. There's a time togetherness and vibrancy in culture. May the first day of the united be shared with love. Kwanzaa.
Why would she hate Kwanzaa? When asked how her long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means we have to ensure that we're funding our local governments, that we're bringing justice to victims." She added, "What may have been aspirational is not primary." What may have been aspirational. So it's still an aspiration. It's still a goal. It's just not the primary one. Interesting. Also, her opponent said this.
People try to call me the establishment. I look at that as a slur, particularly as an African-American candidate.
So, cancel Thanksgiving or establishment is a racist slur. Your Democratic Party, so.
What?
Anyway, my point is, Francesca Hong's old tweets about defunding the police and whiteness and Thanksgiving, they were being all hand-waved away by AOC as just simply being woke one.
Woke one was crazy.
Woke one was crazy. But if you said woke one was crazy during woke one, you were a racist fascist Nazi.
Yeah, and your account probably got terminated and you were not allowed to speak up. In some ways, it's still a little bit like this, where you're not allowed to, it's getting better, and I'm glad it does, because there should always be allowed to have a discourse about things that's going on without one side going like, no, you're not allowed to say this, or you're not allowed to voice your concerns. It's still like this, but it's gotten a bit better. I'll be honest, good to see you. Hello, 50 streams? Let's freaking go. No, I lost my point. Whatever.
The citation of woke 1.0 or woke 1 is now a common shorthand among parts of the online left to describe and distance themselves from what they view as a more dated or inconvenient aspects of the impassioned social justice activism they participated in during the late 2010s and early 2020s. In 2021, Chai Osi, campaigning for New York City Council, tweeted, "A cis white man should not be the next speaker of the council." When a critic of his on X unearthed that old post earlier this year, Ose, now a council member, gave a pithy response. Woke one was crazy.
So that's their excuse. That's basically it. Woke one was crazy. And everything's just like, yeah, okay, so it was all a joke, right? You never took it serious. So can we please stop then if it was so crazy?
Here, Ose, now a council member, gave a pithy response. Woke one was crazy. We all got a bit crazy back then. We did some jello shots and got on the bar and took off our tops and burned the city down and got people fired from their jobs for having opinions Obama had 15 years ago. You can't spend like 10 years bullying people into the most retarded asocial political opinions under the coercion of social ostracization or getting fired fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened. My career for like a decade has been calling this out, has been trying to tell the left and the Democratic Party that this woke shit was toxic and would drive people away from them. And for 10 years, I was called a racist, sexist, pick-me, fascist, Nazi, every ist and ism under the sun.
Oh, she's been listening to it for a very long time. I've only been around for a year, right? Coming on to a year and a half almost. And it's been rough, man. I respect people and admire the, like Shue, that don't give up, that keep tanking this shit. Because it's not a nice feeling to have so many people spewing out awful things about you. It's terrible. No one want to go through this. And to still keep on going and stand your ground and keep going, right? It's admirable, yeah.
And now they're just conceding to that and acting like it never happened. And you just expect us to...
Cowards.
What? Move on? I've been like a dog chasing a car, and I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic politician would you say this? You're basically saying like, yeah, MAGA was right, we were crazy. Like, okay, what else are they right about then? Even from like an AOC fan point of view, this just makes her look completely unserious and makes like the progressive movement look completely unserious. Which it is. Why should anyone trust a politician who can get swept up in mass hysteria so easily? How can I trust? That won't...
No, you can never trust them again. You can't, because they already broken your trust. If they go like, yeah, we campaigned for all this, and then afterwards go like, we went a bit crazy. Oh no. Anyways, no one is ever gonna take you serious again. At least I hope so. But then the people who voted them in there in the first place were already like freaking retards. I guess the vicious cycle will keep on going.
Won't happen again. How can I trust in 5 years from now you won't just call whatever it is you're advocating for now woke too and dismiss it as crazy? Free Palestine. Woke too was crazy. Like, what do you believe in? Could you imagine Republicans being like, January 6th one was crazy? Basically, I said this all on Twitter and people were like already making videos of it. AOC panics after ShoeOnHead calls her. Like, that didn't even happen. Like, I don't think AOC even knows I exist. I love the thumbnail on this one. Shoe bitch slaps AOC.
Cool. Thank you for the 2 gifted over on Kick. I appreciate it. Shoe bitch slap. Yeah. I like reacting to ShoeOnHead as well. She's a very nice content creator. And she has some interesting topics she goes through with all this craziness, right? Vogue crazy.
Who the fuck is this? Is that Shoe bitch? Ah yes, the infamous, notorious Shoe bitch. Going around slapping women. Every time I log onto YouTube, I'm destroying and slapping and finishing on people. If you didn't know who I was, you would think I was some like psychopathic rapist. And then you
going around slapping people. Oh yeah, I've heard about that infamous shoe slapping and finishing on Hasan. No, but there's a really big counter movement to like the more like traditional housewife that values family and tradition, and certain women, they hate that, right? That she's married, she has kids, she's happy, she made a career for herself, and people just, they can't stand that. And they want to destroy her and spew out all this nonsense, right? Make up awful things about you.
The video, and it's just like, I posted a tweet. Anyway, back to the point. When a citizen changes their mind on something, that's totally normal. That's totally natural.
She slapped some sense into people. That's what she does.
Many things can happen in the span of years that can change your mind on something. It's perfectly normal to evolve and grow. And it's fine if you're a politician and you change your mind on something, but...
Of course.
And this is a big but. This is a fat ass. If you're a politician and you change your mind on something, I want to know exactly why you changed your mind. When you changed your mind. Be transparent. What about woke 1, really woke 2 in my opinion? Don't you agree with any? Why didn't the interviewer ask AOC that question? Like, what was crazy?
Those are some good questions. Of course you can change your mind. Life gives you lots of lemons, and sometimes you have to adjust to it. So you change your mind in certain opinions and things, right? You do. It's called growing up and learning from your mistakes. So you change, you adjust. But she's right. If politicians just switch sides all of a sudden. They should explain to why they chose to do that, since they are a public figure and you voted for them, and you believe that this is why you voted for them, for they stand for these certain things. And if they change their mind, they should at least give you a reason to why.
About woke one, trans women are women, DEI.
And not call it off going like, it was crazy. No, you should explain why. What was so fucking crazy about it? Was it that whole women are capable as same as men, and the pay gap, and was it teaching children, young children, about sexual diversities and stuff? What was so crazy? I'd like to know.
White privilege, to fund the police, the Green New Deal, like
white
what?
Privilege, yeah.
What? Tell us. What? Tell the class.
What?
I've talked about this a few times in a few videos, but one example of me changing my mind, I was way more critical of the police back in like 2020. Borderline ACAB. I was also single, depressed, living in my parents' basement, smoking weed every day, but I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. I can tell you that moving
Of course not. Of course not. I still smoke weed every day, and of course not.
from the suburbs to the city, taking public transportation, having a kid, seeing firsthand how bad things are and how bad things can get, actually experiencing the world outside of my bubble is what changed my mind on that topic and a whole bunch of other topics. So I want to know, AOC and other politicians, what about woke one do you disagree with now? What's sad is, if this was like 5 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, AOC has finally seen the light. Woke is bad, so true. Now we can get real things done, comrade. But it's not 5 years ago. I'm a grown-up now, and this is extremely pathetic. As a politician, you need to be transparent. I'm gonna bird hands at you. Be transparent. The people act like we need to be apologizing for shit our ancestors did 400 years ago. Acting like 2020 never happened. I'm not buying it, sorry. These issues were fucking like existential to these people a few years ago, and now it's just like, no big deal. It was just a phase, Mom. I'm just a silly 30-year-old teenage politician. My concern isn't really that Democrats are admitting this stuff was wrong and deeply unpopular. My concern is I don't see anything preventing from that happening again. There's literally some assemblywoman in Brooklyn right now running on some woke one-ass shit as we speak, talking about how stealing should be legal, actually. No.
Yeah, shit like this. It hasn't gone away. It's just slowly they are getting a bigger counter movement, and maybe hopefully they are realizing more and more that whatever the fuck is going on here isn't working.
No one should be arrested, much less jailed, for stealing a tube of toothpaste. Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support service, and loved ones. It perpetuates a cycle of poverty and crime. No matter how
Make crime legal again.
much fear-mongering the right-wing media does. These people aren't stealing toothpaste because they have to brush their teeth. These people are stealing things in bulk to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people who can't actually afford toothpaste. If I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be, criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin.
Do you think that's what these fat Karens all believe? That the criminals are all Aladdin? And he will show them a world full of magical wonders. A whole new world. More like a third new world. No! Exactly! Make it stop! I don't want to go on a magic carpet ride.
Criminals are not Aladdin! And it would make everyone's lives incredibly easier if there was actually some deterrent against crime. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Why should anyone go to work and spend their hard-earned money when we can just steal? Crime is legal now.
Yeah.
Laws. Drunk driving is not illegal on stolen land. I don't think they understand just how incomprehensible some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Well,
But yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course, it's not going to be the police because we don't want the police. They're not going to go to prison because we don't want prison. And also murder isn't illegal anymore. So how would you, huh?
What would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
So I guess I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually facing right now.
You mean like We need the police to protect its people.
Which is that we're spending in absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing.
What hypothetical? That's the entire idea. That's the entire policy, and you can't explain it? Abolish prisons. Where do the bad people
terrible
go?
people.
Like, yeah, okay. In a functioning society, people like that would be forced to dig ditches in a work camp forever. Useless. Sorry, I'm shutting out so hard in this video. I'm in my luteal
Shutting
phase.
out?
I have a fucking pimple.
Didn't even notice. She always looks so good. She's shutting out. I understand though. These retards make me furious as well.
I have a pimple. For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the Anyway, despite the Republicans completely dropping the ball right before midterms, surprise! War in the Middle East forever! The sudden walk back about Woke 1 clearly shows the Democrats are still struggling with PR. If only there was some sort of left-wing Joe Rogan.
People think I'm the king of Woke 1.0, that I was Mr. Radlib, right? I never was. I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress, but I also understand how people...
Look how tiny his head is. I can't even hear what he's saying. I'm just like so shocked at how tiny his head is.
People operate. Like I never did the Latinx thing. Like I have been dark woke before dark woke was invented. Like this is the headquarters of dark woke.
Not the dude who called me emo, calling himself dark woke. What the actual f*** is dark woke?
What is dark woke? Dark woke is just... Democrats are just as woke as we were in Woke 1.0. The messaging is what's important. It is aggressive.
The entire idea of dark woke seems to be that regular woke was too polite and too wholesome.
Dark woke for me is we are fighting for good and for equality and for social justice for everybody, but we don't mind saying F you.
Dark woke, get it? It's like
we don't mind saying F you. You're so aggressive.
Like woke, but we're mean. You already are mean.
Yeah.
That's why people hated you. You were finger-wagging, morally righteous woke scolds.
You're
the
terrible
problem was
people.
never that the left
No
was
one likes
insufficiently mean online. God forbid someone say the wrong word, liked the wrong tweet, or failed to participate in the latest virtue signal humiliation ritual.
Oh, you get cancelled, unfollowed, blocked, made fun of, spread lies about. The list goes on and on. Can hit you even worse. Your sponsors taken away, your livelihood, get doxxed. It's crazy. People are insane.
Sorry, can we just go back to that Hasan clip real quick?
I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress.
What the f does unlimited progress mean? Considering these guys think progress is like a literal linear line where just more and more people get rights. So like what the f does that mean? Pedophile rights, zoophile rights? What unlimited progress are we talking about here, buddy? Because that sounds pretty woke to me.
This is crazy. If everyone gets the right to do anything they want, right? You could just like, oh no, I feel, I don't know, I have a fat ass and therefore I can do whatever I want. How crazy is that?
I'm injured.
Exactly.
We did so much progress to the gender discussion. We somehow looped back around to little boys liking pink means they're gay. But wokely, no son of mine is gonna play with Barbies. That must mean he's a girl. You people are lost in the sauce.
Mendami's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over and impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. One of the things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is.
I like how in the video where he defends himself from people criticizing that clip, he's like, guys, come on, it was just a joke, guys, come on. In the description of that video, he's like, anti-white racism, which doesn't exist. Definitely not woke one. All right, buddy.
No.
Sorry. It's so hard.
No, racism only works, you can't be racist towards white. Everyone knows that. That's the first thing we learn. Always blame the white. They're terrible people and they deserve it. And so there's no racism. Nah, just white guilt. I mean, white privilege.
Hard not to just make the entire video clowning on that goofball. Like, bro was in a suit at a pool party. The man is a cartoon character. I don't want to make videos about Hasan Piker.
Dude's pool party and you rock up in a suit. That tells everything about you. What a loser.
But you can't fucking escape him nowadays because the media won't shut the fuck up about him. Fox News is just hyper-focusing on him.
It's true, Shue. It's true. I can't escape the Hasan either. He's everywhere. I've got enough, like, I can't stand the guy, but he pops up over and over on the timeline. Screw that guy.
Every single day to go after the Democrats because I guess they have nothing else. And then the response to all the Hasan stuff coming out on the right, coming out on Fox News, is then like left-wing journalists making more puff pieces, taking more photo shoots of Hasan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist. Just makes him sound way more important and like way cooler than he actually is. Nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer.
It's a Twitch streamer, that's right. That's all he is. He's a Twitch streamer. And I mean, it takes one to know one. Twitch streamers, there are certain kinds of people. You have to be, otherwise you wouldn't be a streamer. So you're already a loony bin. You are. It goes for every streamer, every single one of them. You have to be, just to be in the entertainment industry, there got to be something seriously wrong in your heads to wanting to do that. You calling me crazy? Of course, come on, you're the worst one of them all. Bloody Twitch streamer and VTuber. Dude, there's a double curse right there. At least I'm not a VTuber. I removed that tag month ago.
I understand the media's obsession with this guy, but at the same time, I don't think Hasan is the best wagon to hitch yourself to if you're the Democratic Party. There are other internet celebrities on the left you could do that with. Like, God, the left really has nobody. No, he's a sex pest. No, she's a sex.
Is that all the left has? Hasan? Is he leading the revolution for the left? Hasan? But which is weird because Twitch is such a left platform. Back in the days, you would get banned immediately for having some kind of like controversial thought. If I would say COVID was a bunch of baloney and I am not vaccinated, they would have instantly banned my channel. Now no one cares anymore, obviously, but I don't know. Twitch feels a lot like left-leaning. Yeah, it's weird because it's owned by Amazon, and I think Amazon is like such a greedy, profitable business that just want monies. But I guess Twitch is more like a tax write-off for Amazon. You weren't vaccinated? How dare? No. I never, no, unvaccinated. I don't believe propaganda spewing out by the government. Besides, Commander, I live in the bloody middle of nowhere. There are no people. You cannot get more isolated than me. No neighbors, no people, peace and quiet. Absolutely amazing. Pure serenity. Why? Who would I vaccinate for? Myself and hubby? Huh? There are no other people. Yeah, so secluded. Get like a dozen boosters? No booster, no vaccine, no nothing. No, it was never necessary because I wasn't around people. Not a vaccine, never was. Yeah, and I also I'm bit frightened when it comes to these quick decisions. They just release something so super fast, and there's no science to back up what is the long-term effect. What happens? What is it really this good as they say? I'm very like I want to see like a lot of results before I like go injecting myself with something that is barely been around for 2 weeks and the whole world is going like, yeah, let's put that stuff in our bodies without any questioning. It's like you guys all jumped from the bridge. Someone said jump and everyone started jumping. But I'm the one that stands on the bridge and go like, what a bunch of morons. I better go home and make a cup of coffee and watch some television and snuggle. That's me. I never been a lemming. I don't follow the crowd. I'm not a people pleaser. Because I know that humans are very, very stupid, very easy to manipulate, very easy to push in one direction. I have seen this because I read a lot about history, and I figured out that's how people work. We are very social creatures, and we are afraid to stick out and be hated. But I'd rather be hated and go against the crowd than running towards the bridge and then jumping off with a bunch of people that I don't know anyway. So who the fuck cares about their opinions, right? Yeah, I bet they're all happy now with their vaccine and stuff. Let's see what happens in the next 20, 30 years when it turns out that everyone is not lost their like they can't have babies anymore, or a third limb starts growing, or some kind of brain cancer or something. I don't know. Gonna be interesting.
Damn it. I don't know. There's gotta be someone with way less baggage than Hasan Piker. healthcare. Like, why don't you hitch your wagon to someone like that instead of Hasan, who every time he's rightfully criticized hides behind how he just wants to give us healthcare.
Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood!
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I love
less baggage than Hasan.
I love
like, why don't you hitch your
I love Shoe's costumes.
wagon to someone like that instead of Hasan, who every time he's rightfully criticized hides behind how he just wants to give us healthcare.
Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood!
Whoa, dude, you're making us look bad.
Oh, I'm just a little healthcare boy. You wouldn't criticize a little healthcare boy now, would you?
Oh my God, she nailed Hasan Piker. She nailed him. He's a little healthcare boy. You wouldn't criticize him, would you now? Start shocking the
I
dog.
don't care anymore. I wash my hands of this. There's gonna be like 25 videos uploaded after this, like ShoeOnHead bends Hasan over and like, great, can't wait. Remember that big study we talked about that was done after
New Shoe video coming up soon on my channel, guys. Tune in to find more how she finished on Hasan.
the Democrats lost the election that showed the most popular Democrat positions were things related to economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, and like open border policies. People don't want to abolish the police. They do not want to abolish prisons. They don't want to talk about whiteness or whatever the talk to actual workers about them. Like, talk to actual blue-collar workers. They hate this shit. And they hate you. They hate you because you suck, but they also hate you because you hate them. Like I said 500 billion times before, more people would be on board with what the left was saying, or at least like sit down and listen to you, if you dropped the gay race Marxist bullshit. How do I know this? The DSA and the left and the Democrats, they have to distance themselves from the goofy, destructive...
She's totally right, by the way. They would just approach their topics in that's such a hysteric kind of way. People would maybe even actually try and listen to their points, right? But because they come off like such loony bins, it's already screwed before they even start talking.
Identity politics, asocial bullshit. And in order to do that, you actually have to mean it, not just laugh it off. But I don't think they can, because this stuff is just so deeply ingrained in socially progressive politics. A lot of this stuff isn't woke one. It's just part of dismantling whiteness and the patriarchy, destroying hierarchies, subverting norms, or whatever the that canceled Thanksgiving wasn't just some like silly haha woke one bullshit. But you know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is what I've been asking for a decade. Maybe this is a new era for the Democrats. Could AOC actually have changed her mind? Yes, it's totally possible, yes. AOC and I are like the same age. She's like a year older than me. She's still pretty young. 35 is young, right? It's not impossible that in her time being a politician, her mind has changed on a few things. But it lines up suspiciously well with a run for president in 2028. So forgive me if I'm a little bit skeptical. I see a lot of Republicans online like, do it, AOC, run for president. Don't get too cocky. You may be surprised. The American people are an enigma, and we might see a pretty big pendulum swing. As hard as it is for some hyper-partisan
Can you imagine, like 2050 and Shoe is president?
brained people to hear. Not everyone voting for these DSA candidates are like
flying
crazy
cars and
commies.
stuff.
Just like not everyone who voted for MAGA in 2016 when Trump promised to bring jobs back and he will remember the forgotten man and whatever. Those people weren't Nazis. When people can't afford a house, a car, to get married, to have kids, you cannot be shocked when they start looking for options outside of the establishment. Huey Long, one of my favorite politicians, believed that if people had their needs met and were content and happy and had jobs and could feed their families, communism or fascism would never come to America, because people would have no reason to revolt or want those things. They would be happy with what they had. He believed that extreme economic inequality created political instability. And as the economy continues to go to shit and wages don't increase, and retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues with basically let them eat ramen, we are going to see people moving to all different directions politically. Personally, until there's a Democratic Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance, I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hasan. I look like a
Doesn't look like Hasan. Way too cute. No, but that's where I stand myself in Sweden. Everything leans more towards the left. It always has. And it looks like the election now in September is going to be Socialdemokraterna, which is the left party. And they always win, or they win most of the time. Last couple of years we had Moderaterna, which is more right-leaning party, but I wouldn't say like full right. They would be more like center right, because the full right is the Swedish there is a really far right one. And both sides, what I'm trying to say, have good points. Like, let's take the far right, for instance. They want to make sure that the elder people in Sweden have better pension, get more health care, all these things, which I would definitely go like, oh, of course, if you're an elderly person, you have built this country, and now that you're too old and you can't contribute anymore, you should be looked after, and you should be looked after well. And so this sounds good, right? But then they say other things where I go like, no, I don't like that at all. I don't agree with this at all. Like, let's say the left, they want to put up the fuel prices because they say it's not high enough, and if we higher the fuel prices, then we would accumulate more money, and we could make better things and be more efficient, and also helping out other countries in need, especially Germany now, which has canceled the deal with Russia after spending billions of dollars building the pipelines. Since 1980 to 2020s, we've been drilling oil pipelines from Germany all the way up to Russia. It's gas. Yeah, gas pipelines. And now it's just like, oh, Russia bad. Oh, we don't trade. Oh, we shut the gas down. And then Sweden just like, yeah, don't have enough electricity. We sell it to, or Germany doesn't have enough electricity, so we sell it to Germany. We make good money, but therefore they want to also increase the money for the Swedes, which is totally unfair. Why should I pay more for electricity just because Germany doesn't want to work with Russia anymore? What the fuck does this have to do with it, right? And you sit there and you listen to these takes from the left and the right and the center and the green and the Christian party and the far radical that want to throw out all the immigrants, which also, honestly, if you ask me, you don't have to throw them all out, but there's way too many people at the moment, so it's not sustainable. We should actually kick a lot of people out and just keep the ones that are willing to contribute to society, learning the language, start working, paying rent, buying a house, or like making something for themselves, and not just sit there and gather government funds. So it also sounds good to get rid of them somehow, but hear me out, chat. I don't want to do it the way they want to do it. It sounds like so inhumane, and that's the problem, right? Because I am a softie, and I can understand why we want to help people in need, and we should. We should, if we're capable to help someone, we should. But how far do you want to get? Should 9 million Swedes help 1 million foreigners? That's not in balance, guys. And that is inhumane. But if you say this, it makes you come across like, oh, you're a racist, and everyone is so afraid of hearing those words, being labeled a racist. But I am not a racist. I just want my people to live and prosper. And if we just help a lot of people that bring bad things, then we are never going to get there. So yeah, a lot of that, like, yes, and isn't it important to look after yourself before you help someone else? And that doesn't make me a racist. It could be a bunch of, like I said, Germans with their electricity problems. And I am born in Germany. My family lives in Germany, and I say, screw Germany. What the fuck do we Swedish people have to pay more electricity prices to help out Germany because Angela Merkel did a fuck up and let this third world country rush in. And I don't know, the constant war with Russia is also getting on my nerves, guys. We're talking heavy politics now. We're going way back to the Cold War. It's always been like America versus Russia. Russia bad, America saved the world. I get it. This is old as tale as, this is even older than I am. This has been ongoing before I was even born. And so there's this constant fight. And Sweden is not far away from Russia. There's only a little Finland that saves us from Russia. And Finland is starting to panic as well, more and more, because of what Ukraine and all the shit that's been going on for 6 years. They've been fighting this war now, right? And what does Finland do? They panic and join the fucking NATO. But in order to do so, since they can't join it on their own, Sweden gets dragged into this. Sweden, that has been a neutral country, has never joined a world war, has always stood neutral on the grounds, all of a sudden gets involved. And you know, the sad part is no one, not a single Swedish citizen had a say in this. We didn't get to vote. The government just fully declared like, okay, Finland wants to join the NATO and they can't do it unless Sweden joins as well. And so Sweden just like, someone made the fucking decision without the people and just went like, yeah, all right, we're also in NATO now. And which is going to cost us billions of Swedish crowns to prep for a war, where I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Sweden has been so neutral for the last 300 years, guys. I think the last time Sweden had a battle was in 1600 something. And it was Finland, Russia, Sweden, and Norway. It was like a whole twist about the borders. But we're talking like way back in the days, right? The last war we fought, and we always stayed neutral to this till this day. And so what I'm trying to say, even if you vote for a political party, they still make the biggest decisions they make on their own. And so I hate the whole thing. I don't believe in this whole like, if you don't cast your vote, you don't make a change. Because even if I would vote and I would vote against whatever is happening here at the moment, it would still go with certain decisions where we like join in Europe, for instance. Like, what the fuck? Why would we ever want to join the European Union? It's such a shitty decision. No wonder Norway stayed out of it. But they were only capable because they paid a lot of money to not enter this, right? Because it's such a pressure. We need to all these countries need to work together. And then I have a bunch of retards. So even if I vote for things here, there's still going to be like a fat Karen down in Germany that goes like, wir schaffen das. Yeah, let all the people in. Open up the doors, open up the borders. And these decisions are made by governments where I don't even cast a vote. I can't vote in Germany. I only can vote for political parties in Sweden, which is also funny because why wouldn't we vote for like a European party where like everything gets controlled, since we're all working together and we can't make decisions on our own anyways? I freaking hate politics. And I hate that the internet believes that I stand on some kind of like right or left side. Just go like, screw you with your sides and your labels and your jars and putting me in a box. I don't belong there because the whole fucking thing is retarded and we need to get rid of politics. I want to live in a Star Trek universe where they basically disembolished all the political parties and they work together. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Femboy. Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name is Sock.
Oh my God, she's getting more and more cute. Thank you for distracting me, Shue, my little femboy.
Look like a f***ing femboy. Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name is Sock.
I look like I would be groomed on Discord.
Yeah.
What the actual f***?
Yeah.
All right, I need to get out of this. In conclusion, I do not like seeing politicians run from accountability. I like transparency. If you change your mind on something, tell me why. This woke 1, woke 2 is a headache. I am done with it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a chance AOC is being genuine? Are you willing to believe politicians who have said they've changed their mind on things? Have you changed your mind? on things
I
since like
change my
2020?
mind
If so, what?
constantly.
If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video a day early with no censors, no bleeps, totally raw. Also, I'm doing Patreon-only live streams now. I'm planning the next one very soon, so I would love to see you guys there. And for everybody else, I will see you guys soon with a new video.
Awesome! Now, I change my mind all the time. I question everything. I don't believe in any side because there's good and there's evil. And at the end of the day, they just want to rule. They want to have power. They fake and they lie to gain that power, to gain that privilege, to make rule over you and take care of these decisions that ultimately ruining the planet. Oh my God! Hi, Raiders over on Kick. Welcome on in. I just posted a link to the video. We reacted to ShoeOnHead. Very interesting. Vogue 1.0, huh? What a joke. Funny. Haha. Yeah. No, but crazy that if you're a politician and you change your mind, which can happen, right? And you want to switch sides, you should definitely be transparent to why and for what reason you actually decided to swoop over to the other side.